XDG, remove the Shyvana. See, Ackerman, you've done too much with that. Dragon's Descent was crazy.
Interesting tact here they're taking now.
Soraka's still banned away, actually. My guess is they ban Ori and first pick Nidalee. That's my guess for how XDG plays the rest of his champ select out. LMQ.
They do need to pull some other strategy. Team fighting does not work for them. Maybe going with a full poke team would be the optimal choice for them because they do need to try another strategy, it looks like. They haven't been able to come out with any of these mid-game team fight wins.
It seems like LMQ was up to something, though. They actually banned Nocturne themselves, thinking that XDG was actually going to go for that on an early rotation pick. That's interesting to me, and it is. There it is.
All right, so there you go. You got your Nidalee pick. Now, to build around that Nidalee pick, they would love to get Thresh. This is really LMQ's opportunity to steal away Thresh. Because you just love Thresh when you're in a pick comp. He has so much disengage, so much peel. I think that's a pretty high priority pick here for LMQ, if just even to take it away from XDG.
Well, we'll see what they go for this one, actually. They're still hovering on the Lulu to make the engage happen. Like, it seems like people have stopped playing Annie, and I think Moore's also kind of stopped playing Leona for some reason, and he's relying on, you know, I'll just make Ackerman a better engager with his champions instead.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Lulu does have both the engage and disengage in her kit, but I still feel like Thresh's combo would be so good for them right now.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so they lock in a Renekton. Not anything new here for Ackerman, but there were some changes made to the champion, and he hasn't gone with it before. So I guess it's now second to Shyvana, having to be shoved onto that one.
He's going to be happy with that one. Like, that was a champion that was getting banned away from him by most teams that face LMQ. Like, Ackerman destroys some fools top lane with that Renekton.
So let me say that just because his ult was taken down a notch in the early game, he still bullies champions. He bullies champions before 6. It's not like Renekton's early game bullying power was completely taken away. He has not been neutered. He's still extremely strong in the early game.
Well, XDG, though, pretty fully committing to the fact they want to disengage and rely on javelins. The Morgana comes through for Sheep. That was banned away in game 2. The Lee Sin, of course, still the early game playmaking, but has the kick disengage. And now LMQ got to find their way in. They know it's a poke comp. They know they need some way into the fight. They could do it with Zed split pushing being an assassin. They could do it with hardcore engage. See what their choice is.
So hovering over Annie, I like that. It's the hard engage they want. Multiple stun. When you're going up against Morgana, you don't want to rely on something single target like Vi because they can easily outplay you with a Black Shield. And going with the safer AoE stun here, a Flash Tibbers is, you know, not everybody's going to be able to avoid that. And even Morgana will have a hard time reacting to that since they come out so quickly.
Okay, well.
Negative. It will be the invisible bug that you have to deal with.
It's still Lulu.
It's pretty much impossible to avoid an invisible Kha'Zix coming into your team and then getting a Lulu ult. So similar effect there. They get AoE knockups to try and lock down multiple people. And XDG continue with their poke theme.
I want to see if LMQ does go to Yasuo, though, and just relies solely on the Lulu ulti to get him into the fights. I think it would work. You talk about him being hard to evade, and then you get the wild growth to make it happen. XDG, though, I think they made the right choice with these last few picks. Ryze versus Renekton is a great matchup. I'm surprised they even banned Renekton in game 1, just because I think that matchup is always good for Benny, and he's a good Ryze player. But the Caitlyn, the safe, the long-range AD carry, you can siege up early on. Your lane's going to be fine. I think XDG, for the first time, actually like their champ selection in this series.
This draft phase seems like it's gone better for XDG just because they're trying something new, and they also have more favorable matchups this time around.
Well, but LMQ, though, they're taking their time to figure out how they want to deal with this composition. Is it the Lulu Yasuo? Is it going to be Twisted Fate to flank in the back lines? It is the Yasuo.
Yeah, regardless, what they want is a strong early game because they want to keep this Ryze from scaling up, and they want to be able to have that engage to attack the Nidalee. Definitely, they're going to want to control blue buff and see if they can continue with not the first steal, because those are usually taken away by the invades, but really the second blue buff spawn and try and control the game from that second spawn midpoint.
We'll see who gets the better lead in the first 8 minutes of the game then. To get that second buff under control, champ has been swapped around. We know the lineups here. It's all about now how they play it out. I think both these comps have the tools to succeed. I think the lanes, I would argue, are a little bit better for XDG, just because I think you can always survive as Nidalee. I think Caitlyn's going to win kind of all of them.
So the thing is
Ryze
about your Ryze and Renekton matchup, if you just leave Ryze alone with Renekton, then yeah, he's range, you can harass him down very well. However, Renekton has the all-in potential. At any time, if he gets assistance, he can kill Ryze. And if he does kill Ryze, then he can all-in him over and over in the lane, and you can keep him down easily.
It's true. It's a thing to watch out for. So the game's just about to get underway. So tweet your predictions to @LOL Esports. Use the hashtag XDG win or LMQ win. We'll be checking in on the vote periodically throughout the game for your real-time predictions. We'll see how these guys can actually play out their compositions. We've got Sheep playing his third support in 3 games, Zuna playing his third AD carry in 3 games. Pretty much everyone actually running different things. For the most part, unless they get banned out.
Smithy's still on Lee Sin, and he has to shine this game. That early game that I talked about being crucial for LMQ, it's Smithy's job to control it this time around. So everybody for XDG is probably going to be looking for Smithy to at least protect the Ryze and Nidalee until they can get a couple of items. They just need about 2 each, and then they should scale up fine.
Yeah, and I think the team comp actually might help save XDG from themselves. Because they'll realize like they can't chase people.
Yeah, they have to play with the long-range game here.
Yeah. That's how they lost game 1, was chasing into a Fog of War, Brash, on a Shockwave. And so if XDG can save them from themselves, I think they have a better chance here. LMQ, though, they're playing right into their comfort. They're like, great, we'll get ahead early on, and then we'll just freaking engage fights out of nowhere, and it's going to work out well for them. So both teams, I think, set up for success. Both teams heading over towards...
And it's not like as soon as Nidalee gets an Athenes, then the Spears are going to be OP and take over the game. They've got the win wall. They can hold out through the sieges of XDG until they can get their engage down. And as I said before, there's not really anything you can do as XDG to stop this engage except putting down lots of pink wards or upgrading your sweeper extremely early, because the Kazakhs will be able to get into your team in position for a Lulu ulti, which will combo for Xiao Xiao.
XDG right now just checking some brushes. No early wards go down for these guys. None that I see anyway.
Yeah, they're being pretty stingy here. Stingy start from XDG. The extra mana potion there for Sheep rather than opting for a ward.
I'm actually surprised to see mana potions on Morgana. I feel like she doesn't normally have great mana issues.
He might not have even gone that deep in utility and gone more defense heavy.
It's definitely a possibility.
With his masteries.
He's got 47 MR, I believe. So yeah, that's at least like 18 points defense.
All right, so bottom side start for both these teams, and for game 3, we finally get to see normal lanes play out.
Okay. 2-on-2 down to the bottom lane. Caitlyn, Morgana, gotta say one of the strongest lanes in League of Legends. Dark Binding, the level 1 choice for Sheep. We'll see if they get any picks with that one. No name. Starts with the blue buff, goes to the white. And here we go, the lane matchup. Moore does land some Glitter Lance damage. He's also gone for Spell Thief's Edge. Take a lot of damage from the camp, but it's worth a lot of gold.
Yeah, the reason that he's confident that he doesn't have to rush over to his red buff and get both of them, which usually as a jungler you want to grab both your buffs very quickly so they don't get countered, is that the ward coverage from LMQ, the early ward coverage, gives him the confidence. There's no chance that anyone is invading his jungle right now. Both paths are covered.
All right, so everybody's going to be safe in this one. Manclad push into the turret early on. He's going to be losing not too many minions, but it's 8-12, so it is a lead for Xiao Xiao. No Name gets his red buff. Both junglers now level 3 on the top side of the map. Will the top lane get hit? Good binding. Vasily going to take some damage in that one, but more gets a nice Glitter Lance off that one.
So up top, yeah, we want to prep this one because Lee Sin has the ability to lane gank really easily with Ryze, who can snare Ackerman, but it doesn't have the chance of a very high kill potential unless he blows his slice and dice on some aggression in lane.
Oh, this is really cool. No Name doesn't know this was warded because Smithy warded it, and Ackerman would have told him that Benny never left lane to ward. So No Name sneaks into this one, and he thinks he's unknown.
Let's see who can bait better this time around.
Well, Ackerman goes in.
There's the slice and dice down.
All right, but it's going to be a 2v2. Both teams know it. In comes Kha'Zix, but is it going to be enough? No Name. She gets a lot of health down onto Smithy. Stalemate.
All right, so the ward not really paying off there, but the epic exchange Ackerman's able to return to base with an early CS lead. Rise doesn't really want to go back to base until he can complete the tier or go early Catalyst. So he needs to get one of those mana items on his first back, or it's a complete fail. So he has gotten the tier and using the teleport back, of course.
All right, well, looks like no binding, no glitter lance going to land here. More Vasily still holding on to their lane. Potions all used by both supports, so very aggressive start. Everyone's out of consumables in the bottom lane.
I also want to point out that No Name, after the exchange up top, he took the opportunity to enter XDG's jungle.
Smithy actually got his shield stopped, but goes in. No Name takes a big chunk, but the heal is used to keep him alive. All right. It was great on both sides.
Yeah, Xiao with the summoner heal there. They're able to bait in Smithy a little bit, but he wasn't in any danger of dying. So both summoners from the mid laners are used to protect their junglers.
Xiao though, he just feels so dominant right now. He's got an experience lead. He's pushing in all the time. His knockup's available. He could go for this on ManCloud. No.
Well, he does not have Ignite. Normally, when you see this solo lane matchup of a Yasuo versus Nidalee, on previous patches, he might have gone for that. But since both of them were defensive summoners, pretty dangerous to go in there.
That was a nice win wall. Block 2 caster minion CS.
An early lane phase from Nidalee. It's no surprise, not that strong. So Xiao, you know, he's doing this with no ward coverage though, so that at least shows some bold confidence from him. Return to mid lane from both junglers though.
All right, some damage from Smithy.
They actually
Javelin
have,
lands 2.
No Name in the vicinity as well.
Yeah. Comes down, reveals himself. It does let XDG and LMQ know that the other lanes are safe from ganks for now. No Name walking off to the top side of the map. Puts a ward down that spots like Smithy. And they both return to their jungles. Dual lane, happy to fight if they want.
They also saw where Xiao placed his ward too, so Smithy can use that to his advantage. But man, No Name is on the hunt here. Again, in his own jungle.
Big damage comes through. This might help with that one as well. Here comes ManCloud though. The damage, massive for this one, but No Name. Smithy, don't do it. He didn't. ManCloud, one hit from dead. The heal comes out. Oh, the shield, it's enough. First blood goes over to ManCloud.
And No Name too deep in enemy territory. ManCloud's able to come help us. Xiao farms in the mid lane.
ManCloud's gonna this is... Yeah, there you go. Back off of that one. But it's gonna be still, even with the first blood though, 20 minion lead makes that roughly equivalent across those two mid laners there. ManCloud is gonna get the first recall, but he's gonna be down a bit in XP.
Yeah, those invades, it would have been favorable for LMQ, but they did not coordinate once again. This time around, it's actually LMQ who don't get the communication on point.
And you can see how well LMQ is laning though. There's a first blood, a full value first blood XDG, and it's equal gold. There's a 600 minion lead just from CS.
Yeah, he's got almost double CS in mid lane there, but that's because he was farming minions while his jungler was dying, Creek.
Oh, the smite! Smithy with the steal. Nicely played. That was awesome.
I talked about the blue buff control for the second one, and XDG, because of the overextension from No Name, are able to turn the tables. This is a great sign for XDG, that they were able to control second blue buff here. By stealing that one away, they should be able to give away their own to ManCloud.
We talked about Smithy needing to step up for the team to make it happen, make the early plays, and there it is. Smithy, on at least his start to return to form. I think he's played really well so far this game. Javelin removes Xiao's shield. We'll see if XDG can keep this one going. LMQ, I think they're making some good choices though. They've got the Negatron cloak there for Ackerman. Gonna make his laning phase even better. Vasily and more, gigantic lead in the bottom lane, 19 minions. They're just forcing XDG away. There's a recall with a minion wave in front of the turret. It's more golden XP lost by XDG.
And turret damage too. As soon as that goes down, the jungle will come under fire. Smithy has guaranteed though that after, wow, No Name's almost dead at the camp right now, by the way. He had to back off that red, I think. He's blinking, yeah. He tried to do red and couldn't finish it. So he's 2 levels down now. Because of that one misstep where he invaded and he did not talk to the mid laner, or the mid laner just decided not to answer. ManCloud actually turning the jungle fight in Smithy's favor. And Smithy's run with it. They give him a little advantage, and he's made all the right choices here. So you have to give him credit for running with that little advantage that was given to him.
Yeah, he's 2 levels up. It's like a massive lead right there. We're going to see how much it plays out. Nice wind wall there. Xiao up a level on ManCloud, though. And Italy, yeah, I don't know if you want those trades.
Yeah, he wants that cannon minion, but he's going to make him pay for it. All right, round number 2 with the red buff. No name, can he do it? Broken Shard is cheering for you.
Oh, it's down to 300 health. There it goes! No name picks up the red buff, level 5. 12.4, 12.3, gold's equal. Smithy's showing up for not too much in this one. All right, just, you know, sending a message.
All right, no name though. Finally level 6. Low health pool. Anywhere he goes to the gank right now is actually dangerous for him. If he can get the all-in on Rise though, should be favorable. He's got plenty of mana, but he hasn't been able to transition into defensive items yet. So Benny still has to be wary of that all-in from Renekton. One slice and dice stun could mean everything because there's so many slows on Kha'Zix, especially with red buff. Even with flash, hard for Benny to get to escape.
Yeah, and No Name went over by double golems, right? He didn't get seen by that tri-brush ward. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Benny doesn't know about this. Good wind wall. Good read by Xiao actually. Saw that one coming.
In the face.
Yeah.
Talk to the hand.
Taste the wind.
ManCloud.
That's OP. Wind is just like overpowered against clouds. They're powerless.
It's true. Look, he's pushing him everywhere.
Exhaust goes down, that keeps ManCloud safe, but there's the engage at the top turret. Benny very low on health, does not have flash, and he's gonna go down. No Name claims the kill.
That dangerous all in. That matchup can be tipped very easily. Now the dragon though, Smithy's trying to take the opportunity.
ManCloud, oh, the shield comes out too. Xiao stays alive.
Taste the claw, Xiao. All right, it's gonna be top lane turret traded for dragon though. Good choice by both junglers. Smithy doing reactionary dragon there, and they're gonna stay fairly close in gold.
We're gonna see LMQ's dual lane just. I'm actually very surprised that LMQ's dual lane couldn't come up. It was just the fact that the mid lane won. It's like Xiao can't join, show up the dragon.
Yeah, so they timed it. Not only did mid lane bully out, but also top lane No Name wasn't there. So complete control for XDG and a fairly even trade.
All right, let's see what else these teams can do in this one. We are a 400 gold rather, separates these teams. We are a 4 doesn't start that sentence. Mid lane under fire a little bit. Xiao keeping the push going. He's up 26 minions or so in that matchup. 25. Nope, 27. There we go. Going higher. Xiao level 9. ManCloud also 9. He's going to actually spot him on the way in. ManCloud doesn't go for the fight. Doesn't land the javelin either. Xiao still taking some punishment. Look at that. Yeah. Showing no fear in the mid lane there. ManCloud.
Well, look at his build. He's gone with the early arm guard here. For the laning phase. It's just so efficient when you're fighting someone who's all attack damage. He actually even skipping the mana regeneration that everybody really wants for Nidalee.
Oh, No Name Smithy in a fight as well. Good damage comes out from the Q. He will chase down, kicks him back. Is it gonna be enough? No Name. Javelin lands, Black Shield. Keeps the knockout from going through. Q comes through. ManCloud won't seek another one.
Beautiful job right there. Again, mid laners and junglers, the combo has really been the story of this game so far. Sheep coming in with a very quick Black Shield, but it wouldn't have changed much.
Yeah, one javelin away from that one. Nice
Buff
try by everybody.
Smithy claims another one.
More gets a ward. Xiao's around. Here comes the teleport. Smithy gets one. Jumps the wall, but there's Xiao. This is dangerous. ManCloud shows up, lands a heal. Xiao! One hit! The tornado! It's going to be Vasily getting the kill, though. 2-1 LMQ.
However, the dragon's not up since it was already taken much earlier by XDG, so they are not rewarded with that. It's going to have to be mid-turret pressure instead. And they call everybody over for this. They're actually going to trade mid for bottom.
What a great choice, though. LMQ gonna get this one. They've still got half a wave to push tier 2 if they wanted it.
Can they get to? XDG are still pushing bottom.
Good for the equal trade. Benny gonna be on defense. Has the ulti for wave clear, but he is diveable. It is a 5 versus 3 right there in the mid lane. It's going to be ManCloud and Zuna pushing alone in the bottom lane. Nice little wind wall there might stop this. Ackerman goes in for Benny, finds the stun. There's a Lulu knockup. The engage from Lulu. Smithy going to be going down 1 for 0 so far. The stun will land. The summoner heal keeping him in the decent spot, but tier 2 turret falls. XDG disengaged.
Beautiful confidence from LMQ to dive under a turret, knowing that the 2 carries for XDG are in another lane, shoving down another turret. So not only do XDG trade 2 mid for 2 bottom, but they also come out with it a jungler kill. Very important to get that jungler back in the balance. No Name has caught up now. They need him to be able to start holding his own in those duels. And Kha'Zix should be able to do that against Lee Sin now that they're on even footing.
Yeah, and he just stole the blue buff away as well, so No Name kind of exerting his will once more in this one. These teams actually equal on total blue buffs grabbed since Smithy died after stealing the last one there. It's going to be 3-3 overall.
All right, this one much more interesting of a game. Even though LMQ have the lead, XDG doing much better than before.
So 1,500 gold. That's the lead right now. Benny and Ackerman in a bit of a duel, and you know, now that there was that small lead, the one turret dive, the single turret dive from No Name, has Ackerman to the point where he can push, and Ackerman's shoving Benny around. That matchup is still going Renekton's way. Early Spectre's Cowl, double Doran's Blade. Vasily makes his way bottom lane as well. Another turret goes down, 4-2 in turrets now. XDG continually forced away on the map.
And this is the plan for LMQ. No, they were all about important early game. Ryze is still scaling up. He's just now completed Rod of Ages, so 25 minutes game time will be when he finally is at full power. He's still charging up the tier, just completing the Rod. They've got a long ways to go. For XDG, they're just trying not to let the gold lead increase any more for LMQ. You have to be worried about those hard engages. Now that No Name is back to becoming a force on the team, they have to watch out once again for the invisible Kha'Zix into Lulu ultis.
We'll see how good the engage is going to be when that happens. Smithy just killing his jungle for now. Lizard Elder, of course, done on both junglers, but you're seeing a small item lead for No Name. Hexdrink are going to be joining his inventory soon. Caitlyn Poke doesn't land just yet, but XDG, now that we're 60 minutes in, and the first major item starts to get completed, is this the beginning of the siege? Good binding!
Great job from Sheep right there.
Stops No Name.
They saw him with the first activation, and the Kha'Zix ulti will be down for another minute. Oh, he goes in for try number 2? No.
Might as well use him. Gives move speed. It's on cooldown anyway. Looks like nothing going to be found. No Name still waiting in the wings. They're not watched by these wards, actually. Those are over the wall, but Maglet has something to say about that. Sweeps away.
3-1-3 split push here for LMQ with the AD carry down bottom. Now Lucian, not all that popular for a split pusher, but since he had such a good lead in the lane, he's actually extremely strong in this game. He has the most CS in the entire game right now for Vasily. And because he does have so many people mid guarding, they feel very confident with him getting the edge on that bottom turret. He can actually do some damage to it as well because he's so far ahead here of Zuna. Zuna has to be very careful, whereas Vasily is able to get free shots on the turret.
And here comes the engage from Ackerman, though. Javelin is not going to land into anything, but it does give control for LMQ with his bottom tier 2 turret. Now 5-2. No Name, the Q lands.
There's a deep ward, pink ward here. He
Smithy
could teleport to it.
Oh my gosh, no, just back
He's
to a ward.
teleporting to it.
Let's see what they find. They have to wait some time for some Rise to come in, though. Nice Javelin onto Moore.
He's got a long way to walk.
We have the flanker coming in, but the engage still from Ackerman. Do they get the damage they need? Great Q comes across from Zuna. The jump in, Xiao gonna be able to get the knock-up soon. Sheep still trying to run Pop's ulti.
They took too much damage here. Rise is coming from behind, but he can't do anything because the rest of the team soaked up way too much damage. And Benny, with the teleport, oh, he found Xiao by himself.
All right, gets some good damage on Shield's almost back up, but gets the solo kill. The Javelin comes through XDG.
So he can do something. He just waits in the bush by himself. And Benny, with the one man, can he fly? Okay, that would have been crazy to flash over the wall there. 1-4. But anyways, that teleport was so deep down bottom. It was the very end of that ward that was in lane. And he was trying to cut them off, but the rest of XDG were taking too much damage on the exit path. And they actually get their advantage from Benny walking the entire lane back into the small bush and then waiting to find Xiao on the exit. Okay, so the rest of the team right here is like, okay, Rise is going to engage from the back, right? We got to keep him close. No, we all have to run for our lives. They take a lot of damage, but LMQ do not see Benny this entire time. He teleported so deep back there, they never saw him. And he snuck into this little bush here, Xiao off by himself.
And he gets a hit. It spells.
Nice
Benny.
play by
Auto
Benny.
attack, too.
Hit and spells. Benny gets a kill. Boom.
It's hard with Rise, but he aimed them properly. His mouse was on the right champion.
Also, I guess if we want to point out mechanics, Rise mechanics, all he had to do is walk close enough so that his E will bounce back and forth. You get an extra bit of damage
That
there.
is important,
and
though.
it did matter because he barely got the kill.
Yeah, if you didn't know, the cast range of the E is not the bounce range of E. You must walk forward.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind if you want to play some Rise. Walk forward, you press it, there's no one around to bounce too. All right, LMQ. They still feel like the team that's winning. 2,400 golden lead for these guys. Blue buff gonna go Man Cloud's way, so they will have the chance to continue to play the siege if they want.
Huh. Interesting. Xiao is not going into Infinity Edge, which is usually the ginormous power spike for Yasuo, is the Stag Ship Infinity Edge. He's going with that Blade of the Ruined King. Now, this is something that Inox actually rushed at the very beginning of the season. A lot of people gave him a lot of flack for it. But it just gives him more chase potential.
Yeah.
And also, his Q does apply lifesteal on hit effects, so he can benefit from it that way as well. Also, it benefits from attack speed rather than cooldown reduction, so all the attack speed that's packed into a Blade of the Ruined King also benefits Yasuo.
Yeah.
Seems like a really weird buy, but it's actually very effective.
Yeah, it makes him like a better chaser and better CC champion, as opposed to like the just dedicated DPS bro.
Oh, dangerous face check!
Okay, Sheep gonna take a bunch of damage. Ulti comes across, but this might be too much for him. The disengage from Smithy. Sheep, the kick back to Ackerman as well, but it's a 1-for-0 so far. Spell's getting blocked.
He's got a blue buff, though. ManCloud's got plenty more javelins in his inventory.
Oh, man. No name deletes Smithy. 5-2 on the map, and LMQ. This Baron's going down quickly.
Vasily, though, takes the ace in the hole.
And they're going to disengage. LMQ forced away by the javelins and the ultis. XDG do secure this.
All right. Yeah, Ackerman going with the full magic resistance build and a blade as well, actually. The early cutlass from him. He really likes, on pretty much all the tanks that he gets, at least getting a little cutlass so he can stick on his AD carry target.
All right, turret goes down. XDG finds some way back into this one, but it's still a 2,500 gold game for these guys. See if they can find much else for themselves.
I also kind of like this build from Ackerman because he's tailored it to split push against Rise. He's got full magic resist and then an extra slow too after his stun wears off to make sure that he can chase Benny if he does get the upper hand in a duel. So interesting Renekton build here because he will be isolated with Rise for a lot of the game.
Yes, so very much counter building. We'll see what else we can do with this one. Interestingly, it is the Ruined King Renekton build. I forget if you said that one.
Yes, sir, I did.
Yep. Just wanted to reiterate that one. My apologies. Smithy, not quite fun on the way in. No name going to get revealed as well.
So they didn't take the Baron, though, but the face check still hit home. Let's see how long LMQ can stall this and buy Ackerman time to get work done on the inhibitor turret. XDG can't wait around for this to happen.
Oh, clear's coming through. There's not much time left. There's a pings coming out.
LMQ just need to stop these backs.
But he's recalling on top of a ward. Will Moore go for the stop on this one? Looks like not. They know that. Yeah.
Now they go for the engage and the teleport, though.
That was so smart.
Switch.
All right, Smithy has nowhere to go. He's going to walk back away to pull them away from his team, but that still could mean Baron for LMQ.
Yeah, they let him recall so that they can gain the advantage of mid lane, and Benny is left with empty hands down bottom, having to walk his way all the way up towards Baron.
LMQ, they don't see that ward.
They'll see that when it expires in a couple seconds here. Now, the ward expires, they know that there was vision in here.
I think there's enough for XDG to know that LMQ aren't doing it yet.
Yeah, the jungler's outside the pit. That'll tip you off.
Dark Bond not going to land much. Hexdrinker has been popped, so 90-second cooldown on that one. Ackerman forced away, so a 1-for-0.
Ooh. Big wave up top, and XDG shove mid. This is a really good call by them. They want to make LMQ pay for soaking up that wave top.
And Benny still has teleport if he needs to rejoin the team more quickly. Vasily is far away. Xiao puts up enough breath, though. ManCloud's got to be careful. Exhaust comes through, goes to the engage onto Zuna. He's taking a bunch of pain, stays alive for now. Ulti from Sheep, but it's a disengage for XDG.
That was such clean play from Xiao. Angling the knockup to hit both targets. So even if Black Shield goes on Nidalee, then he can ult the AD carry and gain some range. However, he didn't have the rest of the team there. Nobody was around to follow up, and they do not get the hard engaged, and they'll have to wait for that ulti to come right back up.
Wow, but nice heads-up play by XDG. They get the blue buff steal all the same, just because of the movements of where LMQ went after that fight. So, timer still being kept.
1 minute away from a fully charged Rod here on Rise. He's getting towards the late game potential of the champion, and he still has his teleport up since he actually recalled and didn't use it to go down bottom. So he can soak those minions forever down bottom.
And a ward comes down, but here comes the engage, the knockup of the Yasuo. Smithy did not get the Black Shield in time, and he goes down. That's a 1-for-0 XDG forced to run, but Sheep didn't make his way out fast enough. Ackerman takes him out.
All right, LMQ just jump right on them around Baron once again, and they do not hesitate. The cooldown on Yasuo ult's so low, they're able to get a second initiation, and this time it should be the Baron, having taken out both the Black Shield and the jungler. LMQ commit fully to this Baron.
Well, XDG gonna commit to it as well. Baron down very low on health. Smithy not around. Ackerman taking damage. There's Baron going down. Teleport by Benny doesn't do anything. XDG forced away.
That was a pretty big step for LMQ too. They really needed that pick because they do not want to wait around for this fully powered up Rise.
So, XDG hold on to what gold they can. This is game 3 in a series that's already 2-0 for LMQ. And you gotta think, what are the players thinking right now? XDG backs completely against the wall.
Consolation prize picked up. The gold lead is not as bad as it was in the first 2 games.
True.
For XDG, and they have been able to control blue buffs throughout this entire game. However, we haven't seen high impact Nidalee Spears. LMQ just don't give them enough time to throw out spears. He maybe gets 1 or 2 spears at most for most of these fights, and LMQ get an engage in that time.
Yeah, so ManCloud just getting Merlin recently. Merlin Zhonya's his build overall.
Actually,
Merlin was
actually
the first
he
one.
got that right after the arm guard.
Yeah, sorry, the Zhonya is being added for a little bit more AP, but ultimately the point I was going for is no Magic Pen yet and no Death Cap yet. I mean, you got Sword Shoes now, but this is the first time we're seeing the build actually start to go up in damage. You were talking about low impact javelin, so that's where I was going for with that one.
Yeah, I thought he was actually going to sit on the arm guard even longer than this, but he has turned it into the Zhonya's just to be even more defensive. However, it's not going to save him from a combo. If he gets caught in the knock-up Yasuo ult and Kha'Zix's 3-man combo there, then that CC duration will probably cost him his life.
Absolutely can. We'll see how good the Black Shields are. And if Sheep can keep his team alive, he's had some great Black Shields. Some of them have been like freaking awesome.
Ones. Yeah.
It's going to be a lot on him. The Black Shields really can't be broken. LMQ doesn't have any magic damage. So the shield will pretty much last the entire duration, unless like a static shift crit knocks it down. XDG is still trying to wave clear. They are fighting a Baron buff though, and to me that's generally stronger than a low pen Nidalee. More dodges that.
Really, they're looking for that opening once again. Get the knock-up on multiple people. If you get multiple people, then it doesn't matter who you Black Shield. So ManCloud and Zuna really have to be cognizant of their position and right there it is!
2-man knock-up. There's the engage. Exhaust used on Xiao. No name force back under the turret though. This could be a little bit greedy. Ackerman getting chased down. Benny goes in for the fight. Has to flash back away. Xiao still on the chase, but Kale's used. Turret does go down. 5 versus 5. The re-engage. LMQ finds some more damage. Push goes back into Xiao. He's been pushed away. But that is still a fight win for LMQ. The push in. ManCloud heals in time.
All right, so half the team was backing off here for LMQ. Vastili just saw a favorable trade to take. And if the rest of the team was still on push mode, they could have gotten it. Really, they're timing their back right now so that they have enough time with Baron to do another push. And also get items after taking down not only the Baron, but also the turret that they just grabbed.
So great stuff for these guys. You're seeing now 6,000 gold. This number has been growing now for a while. XDG had some good early moves, right? That first blood, ManCloud and Xmithy. But for all of Xmithy's aggression, he started to get punished for it.
Yeah.
0, 5, and 2. He made early moves, but no late moves, unfortunately. LMQ played around the poke very, very well. The Kha'Zix Lulu engages have been great. And it seems like LMQ just keep finding these picks throughout the game.
And Xiao's Yasuo is definitely fun to watch as well. I like this Blade the Ruin King, very fast-moving build. Lowering the cooldown on his Q as well. It's interesting to see. He's going for that third item, Infinity Edge, though. So he's still going to get that power spike just a little bit later.
And even still, he's like splashing MR just to make sure. He's like, well, I'll grab an Negatron Cloak because Javelins do hurt. There's going to be some time until Void Staff comes through, maybe 1,000 gold still. So we'll see. No Name going to get the blue buff. This one's secured successfully. He's gotten very few overall, but that one's going to be his. Of course, Xiao doesn't need it. ManCloud taking some big damage. Vasily pops the culling. There's the Zonia. Zuna forced away. ManCloud flashes. It's not going to be enough. Down goes the kill. The chase, and he gets Zuna. 2 for 0. The flash away from Sheep. Here's a jump in for Xiao. This could be the game-winning push. LMQ going down the front door inhibitor.
Vasily takes down both carries by himself, and LMQ can run straight into the base.
Is it going to be enough now for the Nexus? Benny's going to be there. 5 versus 3. Ackerman tanks turret number 1, and there's the minion wave. Smite comes through. Ackerman jumps in towards Benny. There's a damage in. Rise gets deleted in about 2 seconds. Turret number 2 under fire as well. Can LMQ just close it out? This will be their LCS spot. There's revives coming in for Zuna and ManCloud, but the damage still coming through. LMQ diving in. They find another kill. They're finding the Nexus. The damage comes in, and that's the 3-0. LMQ are in the LCS.
And they absolutely deserve this spot. LMQ played perfectly. They were so strong. Absolutely 3-0 versus XDG. Definitely earning their way into the North American LCS.
The individual play was on point. The team play was on point. The lack of hesitation through and through. Occasionally it backfired. Okay, they gave away a first blood at one point, but the fact that they went in for the kills. The Kha'Zix Lulu engages were awesome against this Pope composition. They were ready for it, and LMQ played it absolutely right.
Yeah, they're leaving no doubt in anyone's mind. They spent so much. They invested everything coming over here and playing through the Challenger Series. They played through both splits of the Challenger Series, won it convincingly, and now they are, the last step that they were looking towards has finally been completed. They're into the LCS now. Now it's time to turn their sights towards Worlds. They need to perform in the next split.